ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्था मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसा जघन्य गुणवृत्तिस्थो अथो गच्छन्ति तामसाः। ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति, ऊर्ध्वं means upper planets. So he will go toward the higher planets. Madhye tishtanti rajasa. A rajasic person will get the earthly planet. Jaganya gunavrittistha, who has abominable nature, tamasic person, he will get lower planets. So it is up to us. We have to decide where to go. If we don't want to go to all these planets, then only pure devotional service can help. It's not so easy to get pure devotional service at one go. You may say, I am chanting 16 rounds. Still, we are not away from our karmic reactions. We are not performing pure devotional service. It's not so easy to come to that stage where we have crossed these three modes. It takes time. But one thing is sure, at least we have started walking. We are in the path of crossing the three modes of material nature. We have taken that path. But we are in which step, that only Lord knows. How many steps we have crossed, how many we have to go, how many lifetimes it is going to take. But one thing is sure, neha vikramanashasti pratyavayana vidyate swalpamapyasa dharmasya prayate mahatobhaya. Even if a small thing is done, that is not going to be lost. So in this way, the three planets, upper, middle, and lower. Now, even while performing devotional service, we have a lot of goodness, a lot of passion, a lot of ignorance is still there. Then accordingly, the planets we have to undergo that. Don't think that we will not be going to all these things. We have to control. We have to undergo. Only at the level of pure devotional service, sarvatmanaya sharanam sharanyam, some completely surrendered to Krishna. Then surely upper planetary system till the Brahmaloka, and from Brahmaloka directly to Krishnaloka. Everybody, those who are performing pure devotional service, they get the Brahmaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. You don't have to go to the Swarga also, even beyond that. Tapa, Satya, Brahma, that is the topmost planets, Satyaloka. And in that planet, whoever goes that planet, that he has to go back home, back to body. Because that is the topmost of the, even in the material planet, that is the topmost. Only at that level of Swarga, Ashine, Punya, Marte, Lokam, Pashanti. After enjoying all the merits, come back. Okay. Gita.
Hare Krishna. Urdhvam gacchandi sattvasta madhye tishtanti rajasa jaganya guna vrittistha adho gacchandi tamasa. Translation: those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planets. Those in the mode of passion live on the earthly planets, and those in the abominable mode of ignorance go down to the hellish worlds. Purport: in this verse, the results of actions in the three modes of nature are more explicitly set forth. There is an upper planetary system consisting of the heavenly planets, where everyone is highly elevated. According to the degree of development of the mode of goodness, the living entity can be transferred to various planets in this system. The highest planet is Satyaloka or Brahmaloka, where the prime person of this universe, Lord Brahma, resides. We have seen already that we can hardly calculate the wondrous condition of life in Brahmaloka, but the highest condition of life, the mode of goodness, can bring us to this. The mode of passion is mixed. It is in the middle between the modes of goodness and ignorance.
See what has been told. We have already, we have seen already, we can hardly calculate the wondrous condition of life in Brahmaloka. That's the topmost. That's the topmost. where the highest degree of goodness can go and reside. And he performs devotional service over there. Very easy to go back home. Okay, read.
It is in the middle between the modes of goodness and ignorance. A person is not always pure, but even if he should be purely in the mode of passion, he will simply remain on this earth as a king or a rich man. But because there are mixtures, one can also go down. People on this earth in the mode of passion or ignorance cannot possibly approach the higher planets by machine. In the mode of passion, there is also the chance of becoming mad in the next life. The lowest quality, the mode of ignorance, is described here as abominable. The result of developing ignorance is very, very risky. It is the lowest quality in the immaterial nature. Beneath the human level, there are 8 million species of life, birds, beasts, reptiles, trees, etc. And according to the development of the mode of ignorance, people are brought down to these abominable conditions. The word tamasa is very significant here. Tamas indicates those who stay continuously in the mode of ignorance without rising to a higher mode. Their future is very dark. There is an opportunity for men in the modes of ignorance and passion to be elevated to the mode of goodness. And that system is called Krishna consciousness. But one who does not take advantage of this opportunity will certainly continue in the lower modes. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So one who does not take the opportunity continues to be in the lower modes. Nanyam gunebhya kartaram yada brahma yada yadadashtanupashyati gunebhyascha param vetti madbhavam sodhigacchati. Nanyam gunebhya kartaram yada drashtanupashyati gunebhyascha param vetti madbhavam sodhigacchati. No anyam other gunebhya than the qualities kartaram performer yada when drashta seer anupashyati sees properly gunebhya to the modes of nature cha and param transcendental vetti knows madbhavam to my spiritual nature sahahi adhigacchati is promoted. So when one properly sees that in all activities no other performance is at work than these modes of nature and he knows the Supreme Lord who is transcendental to all these modes, he attains my spiritual nature. So when a person sees what he is seeing, that the modes in that person is forcing him to perform that work. At the level of soul, he desires. But again, the desire is also dependent on the mode. You're always in the listening mode only, na, Aditya, nowadays. You don't have to write message. It's understood you're traveling, you're at work. So you don't have to put the message. When a person is not owning his video, I can understand that you're all in the offices. Okay. Don't have to put message in between the classes. So when a person desires, the desire is also at the level of his past life impressions. So now what was the past life impression? Which mode he has accumulated? According to that, he desires. Now, if he desires to go to some scenic beauty place, why? Because he has a lot of goodness. He desires to drink cow milk. Why? He has goodness. That means it is the mode which is actually forcing him to also desire or inducing him to desire. So if a person knows this, then he can understand how to purify my desire. Savai mana Krishna padaravindayo. Why it has been told? Always keep Krishna in the heart so that our activities will be tuned in Krishna's service. All other modes which is inducing a person to act, it's all because of the previous life impressions and also this life impression also. So the food habits changes. That the schedule also changes. You see, a goodness person, at all the cost, he will wake up early in the morning. Before the sunrise, he will wake up. But what is making a person wake up late? What is inducing him? Why is not able to do that? So all these question mark is, the answer is, it's a mode of nature. And then he should understand that Krishna is above the three modes of material nature. If he knows all these things, then slowly, he transgresses these three modes of material nature and attains the spiritual nature. The taste buds, the simple food. Now see, mode of goodness. If you see, simple ahara, offered ahara, lot of milk products are taken. Passionate person, till he sweats, he doesn't like it. He likes to sweat while eating. Lot of passionate food. Tamasik ahara, different styles, way of life, style of life, what he prefers. So what is inducing him? Though he knows this is not right, what I'm doing, my schedule is also not good. What is inducing that person to do? It is the modes. It is the modes which has come in the form of reactions of the previous life impressions. So we have to be, this chapter actually makes us at least aware that where we are suffering. One is, we are suffering. Okay. We are not knowing that we are suffering. This chapter makes us understand, yes, we are suffering. Then if we really want to rectify our suffering, then we'll go to spiritual master and say, please engage me as much as possible. And if you don't want to do, okay, we'll study very nicely. We'll get 100 out of 100. Then we'll say that we have got certificate. So now enough, I have studied too much. Now my Bhakti Shastri is over. Now I don't have to do anything. Now what is making that person say like that? Again, modes. So don't think that Bhakti Shastri certificate you have got means you have transgressed the three modes of material nature. No. This is just to know that I am suffering from a disease. Now I have to cure the disease. But in spite of that, I say, no, I know I am doing everything so perfectly. I am satisfied. Like me, nobody does devotional service. Gone. There itself, we are again falling down. The moment we think I am doing the best, satisfaction is the most drawback. You can say the most important drawback in devotional service. In devotional service, if you are satisfied, Gaya comes. If you have laulyam, if you have greed to do more and more, ye dil mange more, yes, then one can progress. But what happens is exactly opposite. In materialistic life, you want many things. Ye dil mange more. There only the suffering comes. So this is very important chapter. Okay. Mayur Prabhu, please read.
नान्यं गुणेभ्यः कर्तारं यदा द्रष्टानुपश्यति गुणेभ्यश्च परं वेत्ति मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति. Meaning, when one properly sees that in all activities no other performer is at work than these modes of nature, and he knows the Supreme Lord who is transcendental to all these modes, he attains my spiritual nature. Purport. One can transcend all the activities of the modes of material nature simply by understanding them properly by learning from the proper source. The real spiritual master is Krishna, and he is imparting this spiritual knowledge to Arjuna. Similarly, it is from those who are fully in Krishna consciousness that one has to learn this science of activities in terms of the modes of nature. Otherwise, one's life will be misdirected. By the instruction of a bona fide spiritual master, a living entity can a living entity can know of his spiritual position, his material body, his senses, how he is entrapped, and how he is under the spell of the material modes of nature. He is helpless, being in a grip of these modes, but when he can see his real position, then he can attain to the transcendental platform. having the scope for spiritual life. Actually, the living entity is not the performer of different activities. He is forced to act because he is situated in a particular type of body, conducted by some particular mode of material nature. Unless one has the help of spiritual authority, he cannot understand in what position he is actually situated. With the association of a bona fide spiritual master, he can see his real position, and by such an understanding, he can become fixed in full Krishna consciousness. A man in Krishna consciousness is not controlled by the spell of the material modes of nature. It can already be stated in the seventh chapter that one who has surrendered to Krishna is relieved from the activities of material nature. For one who is able to see things as they are, the influence of material nature gradually ceases. A man in Krishna consciousness is not controlled by the spell of the material modes of nature. It has already been stated in the seventh chapter that one who has surrendered to Krishna is relieved from the activities of material nature. For one who is able to see things as they are, the influence of material nature gradually ceases. Hare Krishna.
गुणानेतानतीत्यतीन् त्रीन् देहिं देहि देहसमुद्भवान् जन्म मृत्युर्जरा दुःखैर्विमुक्तोर्मृतमश्नुते गुणानेतानतीत्य त्रीन् देहिं देहि देहसमुद्भवान् जन्म मृत्युजरा दुःखैर्विमुक्तो मृतमश्नुते देहि Gunan, qualities, etan, all these, atityaha, transcending, three, dehi, the embodied, deha, the body, samudbhavan, produced of, janma of mrityu, janma of birth, mrityu, death, jara, the old age, dukkha, the distresses, vimuktaha, being freed from, amritam, nectar, ashnute, is he enjoys. So when an embodied being, that means when the soul transcends the three modes of material nature, he can become free from birth, old age, and the distresses, and can enjoy nectar even in this life. Even in this life, yes, we can transcend janma mrityu, jara vyadhi. So, what is mukti? Mukti is not waited for death. Iha yasya harir dasye karmana manasa gira nikhilashapi avasthasu jivan muktasa uchyate. Within this lifetime itself, a person can experience the nectar. In one of the place, Prabhupada says, you should be eager to meet your lover. Our wife, suppose she has a lover outside, what she'll do? She'll act to be a very good wife. And somehow finish up all her work and go and meet a lover outside. In one of the place, Prabhupada writes, you see in the beginning of the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada writes, have that love for Krishna. So one is Arthika Dharma. Don't be entangled in your Arthika Dharma to such an extent that we don't have time for Paramarthika Dharma. Somehow finish up Arthika Dharma first so that one is always associated with his spiritual master and demand, ask, request more and more service. Then he can experience that liberation within this entanglement also. Our materialistic life only entangles us. You say a family, you say parents, you say sister, brothers, children, wife. It's only a cause of entanglement. It's only a cause of entanglement. But even in this, if a person has the desire, somehow, Lord, I should always serve you. And service, who can give that service? It is the spiritual master who is in the Sampradaya. It's the Sampradaya teaching, Sampradaya who gives us the service. So having that inclination within the heart, always I want to serve, always I want to serve. Somehow I should, oh Lord, please free me from all these things. It's begging to Lord, because Krishna's Maya is not so easy to cross. Mama Maya Duratteya, Krishna says. Daivi Hesha Gulamayi Mama Maya Duratteya Mameve Prapadyante Maya Itam Tarantite. It is the influence of Maya which makes us perform aparadhas also, which makes us do all the aparadhas, and somehow Maya sees that we are out of everything. But a devotee should always beg to Lord, even beg to Maya Shakti also. Please allow me to serve Lord. So that is what is given here. Amrutatvaha can be experienced within this lifetime itself. Amrutatvaha. Like eager to hear. Even in the difficulties also you are hearing or not. How? Even in office also you are putting in the ears and hearing or not. That is somehow struggling to fight with Maya. And this struggle Krishna sees. Krishna loves this struggle. Okay, you are struggling. Then Krishna finds a way. We say, "Hum honge kamyab ek din." In this only you can become kamyab. It is not in materialistic life you will never attain any success. Though you may try to work hard, but still there is no success. Because whatever success, again, that is zero after you retire. Nobody will ask you also. But the success in devotional life, yes, one day we'll be successful because that struggle Krishna sees. Krishna sees our eagerness and our struggle. Like I know this time, many of you travel, many of you run offices, difficult to attain, but still you're doing or not. That is what Krishna sees. What Krishna wants is that how you are struggling to acquire the devotional path. Even Maya sees that. And slowly, our begging to Maya Devi makes us cross Maya etam tarantite. Then Maya gives away, okay, cross, go, you are eligible. So slowly, it takes time, but somehow our struggle, our inclination helps us to experience that bliss within this lifetime. Okay. So Pushpa Mataji, read. I can see you, Saurabh Prabhuji, traveling.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Gunan etan atityatrin dehi deha samudbhavan janma mrityu jara dukkhair vimuktamrittamasnute. When the embodied being is able to transcend these three modes associated with the material body, he can become free from birth, death, old age, and their distresses, and can enjoy nectar even in this life. How can one stay in the transcendental position, even in this body, in full Krishna consciousness, is explained in this verse. The Sanskrit word dehi means embodied. Although one is within this material body, by his advancement in spiritual knowledge, he can be free from the influence of the modes of nature. He can enjoy the happiness of spiritual life, even in this body, because after leaving this body, he is certainly going to the spiritual sky. But even in this body, he can enjoy spiritual happiness. In other words, devotional service in Krishna consciousness is the sign of liberation from material entanglement. And this will be explained in the 18th chapter. When one is freed from the influence of the modes of material nature, he enters into devotional service. In other words, devotional service in Krishna consciousness is the sign of liberation from material entanglement, and this will be explained in the 18th chapter. When one is freed from the influence of the modes of material nature, he enters into devotional service. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Arjuna Uvacha Kairlingai Strin Gunanetam Atito Bhavati Prabho Kimachara Katam Trai Chaitam Strin Gunanati Vartate. Kairlingai Arjuna Uvacha Kairlingai Strin Gunan Etan Atito Bhavati Prabho किमाचार कथं चैतां त्रीन् गुणान् अतिवर्तते. Arjuna says, Kahe, by which Ringahi symptoms, three gunan qualities, etan all these, atitaha having transcended, bhavati is Prabho, O my Lord, kim what, acharaha behavior, katham how, cha also, etan these three gunan qualities, ativartate transcends. Now, O my Lord, by which symptoms is one known who is transcendental to these three modes? What is his behavior? How does he transcend the mode of nature? What a wonderful question, Jesse. How to understand that this person has crossed the three modes of material nature? What will be his behavior? And what is the process? How did he do this? How did he transcend? It's a nice, wonderful question, isn't it? Okay. Kalash, please read.
कैर्लिङ्गस्त्रीणि गुणः अर्जुनवाच
स्त्रीन् गुणानेतान्
कैर्लिङ्गस्त्रीणि गुणा येता अतीतो
अतीतो
भवन्ति
भवति प्रभो
प्रभो
किम् आचरः
किमाचरः
कथं चैतांस्
कथं चैतां त्रिन्गुणा
अतिवर्तते.
अर्तिवर्तते. Arjuna inquired, O my lord, by which symptoms is one known who is transcendental to these three modes? What is his behavior and how does he transcend the three modes of nature? Purport. In this verse, Arjuna's questions are very appropriate. He wants to know the symptoms of a person who has already transcended the modes of the material modes. He first inquires of the symptoms of such a transcendental person. How can one understand that he has already transcended the influence of the modes of material nature? The second question asks how he lives and what his activities are. Are they regulated or non-regulated? Then Arjuna inquires of the means by which he can attain the transcendental nature. This is very important. Unless one knows the direct means by which one can be situated always transcendentally, there is no possibility of showing the symptoms. So, all these questions put by Arjuna are very important and the Lord answers them. Hare Krishna.
Shri Bhagavan Umacha. Now, first, Lord is giving about the symptoms of a person who has transcended the modes of material nature. First, what he asks, symptoms, isn't it? What are the symptoms? Then, what is his behavior? That is also given in this. And then, what is the process? That is the further verses. So, what is the symptom and what is the behavior? Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Prakasham cha pravrittim cha mohameva cha pandava na dveshti sampravrittani na nivrittani kankshati udasina vadasino gunairyo na vichalyate guna vartanta ityevam yovatisthati ningate samadukha sukha swastha समलोष्टाश्म कांचन तुल्य प्रिया प्रियोष धीरस्तुल्य निंदात्म संस्तुति मानापमानयोस्तुल्यो मित्रारिपक्षयोः सर्वारंभ परित्यागी गुणातीतः स उच्यते. श्री भगवान उवाच प्रकाशं च प्रवृत्तिं च प्रकाशम च प्रवृत्तिम च मोहम इल्यूजन पांडव न द्वेष्टि संप्रवृत्ति निवृत्तानि So let us see. So there are many connecting here. The connection is he does not hate illumination. Okay? He does not hate illumination, attachment, delusion when they are present, nor long for them when they disappear. It's a very important thing. Neither he is desiring kankshati, na nivrittani, not stopping. So when they are present, it's peaceful. At the same time, he is not hating anything, nor he is desiring anything. Udasina, he is always neutral. He is completely neutral. Unwavering, undisturbing through all these reactions of the material qualities. So Udasina means neutral, Asinaha situated, Gunai by the qualities. He is never agitated, Gunaha the qualities which are acting. He is peaceful. And then all these modes are only, he knows very well, it is the modes which are active. He is completely situated in his self. And how he regards the happiness and distress, he is equal swastaha dukkha sukha. He looks at them like a lump of earth, stone, and a piece of gold. He looks at all these things with an equipized eye. Now he is equally situated in praise and blame. Apamanayoho. He's in dishonor also is peaceful. Tulya is equal to friends, enemies. Prakshayoho to the parties. Then he has renounced all the material activities. And then he can transcend the modes of nature. Okay. So let us understand it very nicely. What is the meaning of he does not hate illumination, attachment, delusion when they are present? So he is seeing that somebody is too attached. Okay, attached to himself also. Like he's somebody likes him. He's not hating it. He doesn't run away. At the same time, he's not desiring that somebody should like him. His attachment. Like some duties are there. Self-realized soul, they perform their duties without hatred. So he is performing his duty also, but he has no attachment for the things what he's doing. At the same time, he is not desiring also. Illumination refers to what? The knowledge. So sometimes some material knowledge is there. He is not hating it, nor is he desiring it. And also delusion. Delusion refers to, again, it is connected with attachment only. Moha. Neither hating nor desiring. At both the circumstances is peaceful. And then unwavering in all the reactions of the material moods, qualities. Past life impressions and all the reactions is going to come. In all the reactions, he is very peaceful, neutral. He knows what is acting is at the modes of material nature. How to cross. This is a step slowly. How to understand this person is transcended the modes of material nature. And then for him, earth, stone, gold, same. Nobody can purchase him. Nobody can show some illusion. Oh, I have donated this much, then you should love me. No, he is equal. Nobody can purchase a self-realized soul. Then somebody praises him, somebody blames him. He is equal, he is peaceful. He is equal in the dealings. He is equal in the dealings because he knows one thing, how to forgive. It is said, to err is human, to forgive is divine. He tolerates all the mistakes and he forgives. He treats equally enemy also, friend also. The most important aspect. Generally, we like friends. We don't like enemies. But if enemy comes to your house, you have to welcome him. You have to treat him equally. Like in Ramayana, Prabhu Ram says, Sakurveva prapanno yastava suchite yachate abhayam sarvada tasme dadami etaduttam mama. When Lakshmana and everybody was saying, see, this Vibhishana has come. He belongs to the other party. Lord Ram says, even if Ravana would have come, I would have treated him like my brother, like my friend. So, we have to, the self-realized souls, they are equipoised towards everyone. For them, even if the person is inimical, he doesn't have enmity towards him. Actually, when you advance in devotional service, you have many enemies. But he is peaceful, he doesn't have inimical attitude towards that person. Like you progress in devotional life, there will be many enemies standing towards you. They don't think when you're walking in devotional service also has a lot of challenges. And that too, if you show some great progress, you are something hatke, then like hatke, some goda is there. That goda runs very nicely, then there are people to poison that horse, isn't it? You perform nice devotional service, you do something which is extraordinary, and there are people who are envious. They will try to insult you, they will try to scorn you, they will try to blame you, and they will try to find out some defects in you. Even if it is not there also, they will try to find out. They will try to lower your charitra. There are so many things. Especially in woman's body, if you progress, don't ask. There are many, but you have to be always humble to everyone. There are so many instances for everyone who is walking in this devotional life. You can ask to yourself also, how many enemies you have created around. You walk, you have enemies. Your own person also will be your enemy, isn't it? Who doesn't want you to walk? But somehow you will try to be friendly, very nice. That is the nature of a devotee. Then one has to renounce the materialistic life. One has to completely make it zero. That is most important. One has to completely make the material life complete zero. So how we can make it zero? By adding one to it. That means perform everything for Krishna. If you are going to office, then you should have inclination to donate. Or your office going is again a materialistic activity only. If you have the inclination to donate, go to office. You donate to wherever, whichever temple you want to. But do it. You have to remove. Keep something for yourself, keep something for your family, but you have to donate the maximum portion of it. That is why it is highly recommended. If you really want to advance, 50% donate. Then you'll have heart attack there only, isn't it? Then 25%. Not that much, 10%. Not that much. But donation should be there. There are devotees who do, who are very sincerely, they are doing it. There are some who start and afterwards they don't do. But you should do. Or the money goes in different ways. Because you earn, there is a Lakshmi which comes. Lakshmi comes to serve Krishna. And we should be inclined to donate. Donation should come out, like from the Hridaya it should come out. I should do it. Like the heart it should come out. Donation should come out from the heart. Then we can spiritualize our materialistic activities. Not so easy. Slowly, one has to even renounce that also. How long will we be going to office? How long? Okay, till we retire. After that, after retirement, at least completely dedicate oneself to Krishna conscious activity. Earning is there, okay, very wonderful to perform our duties, whatever. But at one stage, your duties are reduced. Once the children are grown up, they are married, they are all standing on their legs. Then you have to slowly, slowly come out of it. Not that again go behind them. They are out, they are there, they'll do. Let Krishna manage them. Too much you should not think. So that is all very important. How to transcend? One has to transcend. Now why we are studying? At least we should have inclination to transcend. Whether in this lifetime or not, we should have inclination, Krishna will fulfill that. The deep desire should be there, oh Lord, let me not be entangled in this goodness, passion, influence. Maybe not in this lifetime, next lifetime, oh Lord. Help me to transcend in this, to transcend the modes of material nature. If we can transcend, then only we can go back to God. Not so easy to go. But our whole desire is to go back home. Or wherever Krishna sends, perform pure devotional service. Mama Janmani, Janmani. Mama Janmani, Janmani. No problem. But Ahaituki seva. Ahaituki service should be there. Okay. Gita read. Read
Hare
all the
Krishna.
4 verses and read the purport.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Shri Bhagavanuvacha prakasham cha pravrittim cha mohameva cha pandava na dveshti sampravrittani na nivrittani kankshati udasinavadasino gunairyo na vijalyate guna vartanda ityeva yovatishhtadi nengate समदुःखः सुखस्वस्था समलोष्टाश्मकाञ्चन तुल्यप्रिया प्रियो धीरस्तुल्यनिन्दात्मसंस्तुति मानापमानयोस्तुल्यस्तुल्यो मित्रारिपक्षयोः सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी गुणातीत स उच्यते. Meaning, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O son of Pandu, he who does not hate illumination, attachment and delusion when they are present or long for them when they disappear, who is unwavering and undisturbed through all these reactions of the material qualities, remaining neutral and transcendental, knowing that the modes alone are active, who is situated in the self and regards alike happiness and distress, who looks upon a lump of earth, a stone and a piece of gold with an equal eye, who is equal towards the desirable and the undesirable, who is steady, situated equally well in praise and blame, honor and dishonor, who treats alike both friend and enemy, and who has renounced all material activities. Such a person is said to have transcended the modes of nature. Purport. Arjuna submitted 3 different questions, and the Lord answers them one after another. In these verses, Krishna first indicates that a person transcendentally situated has no envy and does not hanker for anything. When a living entity stays in this material world embodied by the material body, it is to be understood that he is under the control of one of the 3 modes of material nature. When he is actually out of the body, then he is out of the clutches of the material modes of nature. But as long as he is not out of the material body, he should be neutral. He should engage himself in the devotional service of the Lord so that his identity with the material body will automatically be forgotten. When one is conscious of the material body, he acts only for sense gratification. But when one transfers the consciousness to Krishna, sense gratification automatically stops. One does not need this material body and he does not need to accept the dictations of the material body. The qualities of the material modes in the body will act, but as spirit soul, the self is aloof from such activities. How does he become aloof? He does not desire to enjoy the body, nor does he desire to get out of it. Thus, transcendently situated, the devotee becomes automatically free. He need not try to become free from the influence of the modes of material nature. The next question concerns the dealings of a transcendentally situated person. The material situated person is affected by so-called honor and dishonor offered to the body. But the transcendently situated person is not affected by such false honor and dishonor. He performs his duty in Krishna consciousness and does not mind whether a man honors or dishonors him. He accepts things that are favorable for his duty in Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, he has no necessity of anything material, either a stone or gold. He takes everyone as his dear friend who helps him in his execution of Krishna consciousness, and he does not hate his so called enemy. He is equally disposed and sees everything on an equal level because he knows perfectly well that he has nothing to do with material existence. Social and political issues do not affect him because he knows the situation of temporary upheavals and disturbances. He does not attempt anything for his own sake. He can attempt anything for Krishna, but for his personal self, he does not attempt anything. By such behavior, one becomes actually transcendently situated. Hare Krishna.
So now, how to come to this stage of your devotional service, or how to transcend? What is the process that has been given in these two verses, 26th and 27th? Mam cha yoga vicharena bhakti yogena sevate saguna samati taitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Mam cha yoga vicharena bhakti yogena sevate. Full-fledged bhakti. For bhakti, there is no specific time. I will do this much only. I will balance. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. It is like in the military, if you are called at night, you have to go. If you say, no, I want to sleep, I have to sleep, I have to complete my 8 hours of sleep, and the next day you are removed. Just imagine the materialistic profession, like your army, air force, demands such a vigilant services. Then in devotional service, no, you should not disturb me in this time. I cannot attend your phone. No, when your spiritual master calls, you should attend. Or at least you should reply back. Any time services can be given. That is Vyabhicharani Bhakti. If we are not able to do that, understand that still we are in the modes. If Vyabhicharani Bhakti means without fail, anytime tatpar, because it's not so easy. It's nothing like to blame, but it's not so easy. We are just trying to. Anytime services can come, you will be asked to go. At that time, if you say, no, abhi nahi baat mein dikhte. Understand, yes, still the modes are there. And pray to Lord, oh Lord, when the day will come, I'll be always ready, ever ready battery. When you become ever ready battery, at any time, you are ready to take the rifle in the hand and stand in the border. Then understand you are the first class officer. Simple. How to understand this? Unfailing in all circumstances. Yesterday, one of the Mataji, whose husband is in Air Force, she was talking. 3 times they had to cancel the marriage date. Why? Dula is always in the Air Force. And and the hallwala was telling, what is this? All the time you all are against me. Say, हम क्या करेंगे? दूल्हा ही नहीं तो क्या करेंगे? So in all the circumstances, just see, marriage is fixed and you are asked to come in the border. Kargil war, he was there. What will you do? Will you say, mera shadi hai? You'll say, then they'll get lost. So when the material profession demands so much of vigilance, then in devotional service, and that to Avyabhicharani Bhakti, that to transcend the three modes of nature, how many examinations one has to give? Imagine, how many examinations? If really one has to come to this stage, unfailing in all circumstances, Bhakti Yogena Sevate, all the time one has to serve. Then he can transcend. Sagunan Samati Tetan Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate means he comes to the level of Brahman. What is the meaning of Brahman? Understanding his spiritual nature. Like Prabhupada, in all the circumstances, walked. At the age of 68, 67, when the person demands rest, and the two in the ship having so many attacks, the person needs a rest, he's walking. Circumstances, and all the circumstances are ready to walk. Never even thought about himself. So that then only that he is in the level of Brahman. When you say Brahman means spirit soul. So as a sadhaka, what we are doing? We are just trying to taste. Bit. Like still the bottle is closed. We are trying to taste. Somehow open, taste. Isn't it? So pure devotional service will allow us to always transcend, but to understand what is pure devotional service, unfailing in all the circumstances. Okay. Palashri, Mayur can read. Mayur Prabhuji, you read. Pure devotional service. Read. Chanting should be compulsory. Next month will be an interview to all of you. The certificate will be only given if your sadhana chart is perfect. Don't think that you have passed the examination, certificate is going to come to you. Your sadhana chart should be good. You should chant 16 rounds. Wake up early in the morning. Only Bhakti Shastri certificate will be given to those who are doing 16 round chanting. Okay? So a sudden call will come to you from the board. They'll ask you at the time, if you say, I'm not chanting, so at least if you're not doing, try to do it. Minimum 16 round chanting only, and I'll give you certificate. This is just an illusion again. Certificates are all an illusion. Why we are chanting? For our good. To increase our positivity to give us that spiritual strength. And if you are not chanting them, we lose all our merits. Okay? Waking up early in the morning, very important. Sadhana chat will ask you, what time you're taking bath? What time you sleep? You say, I'm sleeping 12 o'clock, no problem. What time you're waking up? You will say 8 o'clock. No, even if you're sleeping 12 o'clock, you have to wake up 5 o'clock. See that before the sun rises, you have taken bath and you are sitting and chanting. Coming late is your problem. Waking up should not be your problem. Somehow you have to wake up. So to wake up, you will sleep. Don't take it as a liberty that I can wake up anytime in the morning and I will do Bhakti Shastri and I will get the certificate. No. Everything is noticed by a spiritual master. Unseen notices also is there by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada is noticing all of us. Okay? Hare Krishna. Chant. Read.
मांच यो व्यभिचारेण भक्ति योगेन सेवते Sagunan Samatityetan Brahmabhuyaya Kalpate. Meaning, one who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. This verse is purport. This verse is a reply to Arjuna's third question. What is the means of attaining to the transcendental position? As explained before, the material world is acting under the spell of the modes of material nature. One should not be disturbed by the activities of the modes of nature. Instead of putting his consciousness in such activities, he may transfer his consciousness to Krishna activities. Krishna activities are known as Bhakti Yoga, always acting for Krishna. This includes not only Krishna, but his different plenary expansions such as Rama and Narayana. And he has innumerable expansions. One who is engaged in the service of any forms of Krishna or of his plenary expansions is considered to be transcendently situated. One should also note that all the forms of Krishna are fully transcendental, blissful, full of knowledge, and eternal. Such personalities of Godhead are omnipotent and omniscient, and they possess all transcendental qualities. So, if one engages himself in the service of Krishna or his plenary expansions with unfalling determination, although these modes of material nature are very difficult to overcome, one can overcome them easily. This has already been explained in the 7th chapter. One who surrenders unto Krishna at once surmounts the influence of the modes of nature. To be in Krishna consciousness or in devotional service means to acquire equality with Krishna. The Lord says that his nature is eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge. And the living entities are part and parcel of the Supreme, as gold particles are part of a gold mine. Thus, the living entity in his spiritual position is as good as gold, as good as Krishna in quality. The difference of individuality continues, otherwise, there would be no question of Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga means that the Lord is there, the devotee is there, and the activity of exchange of love between Lord and the devotee is there. Therefore, the individuality of two persons is present in the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the individual person. Otherwise, there will be no meaning to Bhakti Yoga. If one is not situated in the same transcendental position with the Lord, one cannot serve the Supreme Lord. To be a personal assistant to a king, one must acquire the qualifications. Thus, the qualification is to become Brahman, or freed from all material contamination. It is said in the Vedic literature,
Brahmaiva san
Brahmapi
Brahmapi eti.
iti. One can attain the supreme Brahman by becoming Brahman. This means that one must qualitatively become one with Brahman. By attainment of Brahman, one does not lose his eternal Brahman identity as an individual soul.
Okay,
Hare
we'll
Krishna.
stop here. Last verse next on Wednesday we'll do. We'll start with the 15th chapter also. In this, any doubts you can ask. No doubts?
Mataji, you said that when we progress in the devotional service, we make enemies also.
We make enemies. There are many enemies formed. You are making enemies. There is always an envious eye in everything.
Acha, matlab they try to discourage you then what you're doing. Okay.
Try to discourage you. But still you should be strong enough to do. They'll try to put blames on you. You should be peaceful. You should do the whatever needed that time, that particular hour, whatever necessary, that you have to do.
Yes, madam.
Look at test of Maya. Again, it's all test of Maya. But if you are with a spiritual master, you can cross.
Okay.
Who catches our hands? Our mother, isn't it? When we are on the street, it's mother and father who catches. The spiritual master are our parents. At no
Yes.
cost, you should leave your spiritual master. A Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, they are our parents. So many tests will be there. Many tests.
Yes, Mother. Thank you.
Okay. Any other doubt? So we have yet 21 verses. So we'll try to finish it off Wednesday, Friday, next Monday. So your third section will be over. 7 verses each. Total 21 verses. I will try to do it by next Monday. Then we will have 2 weeks holiday. Holiday means portion will go on, but 2 weeks gap for studying. But in that 2 weeks, classes will be there. The next portion classes will be there. That's the fourth section will start. Your examination will be the other next Saturday. Panchakutha Vishakapasindhi Devachakatitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavi